Hello, this is Leandra with Traveling Where Feet May Tread, and I'm going to warn you up front, this is going to be a long one. This morning I did a post talking about how my day was going to go. I was going to go and have my spa appointment. Well, first of all, Happy New Year's once again. It's New Year's, and so today was the day that I was going to go have my spa treatment, and things were going to be wonderful. I got down, and there was no one at the spa. So I knocked on all of the doors and even went a little bit further and was just really looking, to make sure that I was not missing an extra entrance or something like that. I ended up going to the front desk to make them aware, because what I didn't want is for the time to go by and then be charged with them saying that I wasn't there. Um, and so they called and they said, well, somebody's down there. And I said, well, there was even a sign on the door that says that they were closed. But if they're there now, and so the person at the front desk, she had someone walk down with me, the same gentleman that walked me down the first time. I went in, and the two ladies that were there the day that I booked the original appointment, they were there. And I said, did you guys not hear me knock or see me, walk by? And they said, well, we saw you when you were leaving, and we called after you, hey lady. Um, but neither here nor there. So we go on. I fill out the paperwork that's needed to do the spa appointment. And then when it was time to do the spa, they gave me a bill which was twice the amount that they quoted me to do. And then today there was a third lady there, and I'm assuming was maybe the spa manager or something, because she was like, doing most of the talking. And I kind of had to say to her, like, you weren't there when I made the appointment. You weren't there to, witness or hear the price that they gave me. And, at this point, I don't even want it. I don't even really want it. The bad energy flowing through my body, because I just felt like it was just not a good setup from the go. And so I opted out. I went back to the front desk to make sure that I would not be charged for it. And basically at that point was just really I'd reached my limit. And I think sometimes in life you just need to know, like the song says, you need to know when to hold up and you need to know when to fold up. And I have exercised as much patience as any five people I know would be willing to do. And so I was like, based on the whole issue with the shower, the other customer service, like all the things, like just wrapped up into one. I'm done and I'm ready to check out. And I was saying that, and as I was saying that, my phone rang. Or not my phone rang, but a text came through that let me know that I was having a family emergency and I needed to come home anyway. And so then I went about the rest of the day making arrangements to change my flights, get that stuff situated so that I could come in. So two nuggets that came out of that. One, whenever you're doing some traveling, no matter what it is, always purchase the travel protection insurance. I learned that several years ago, and it came in handy. I had purchased some, and I needed it at that time because that was the year that my mother transitioned, and I had a trip that was planned, and I can only thank God that I had it. And so ever since then, it let me know, like, you don't want to spend that extra $200-300, whatever it might cost, but it can save you so much money in the long run. So I urge you, whenever you're planning travel, always budget to make sure that you have the travel protection, so that come what may, if you're in a bad situation, you can get out if you need to. And today I really needed to use that. This is the first time I've ever had to use travel insurance while I was actually on a trip, though. I will say that. And I was thinking about that, and it also brought me to another thought. I To be fair, people who are following me who maybe haven't traveled as much, and like I say Dominican Republic a lot, like that's where I'm at. But I need you to know that that's a big place, like, don't judge all of the DR based on my experiences here, because In 2019, I went to Punta Cana and had a wonderful time. In fact, they treated me so well. I was upgraded when I at checking into VIP status, and just treated with so much care and concern at the resort during the excursions. Like, it was a wonderful time. My time here in Samana has been the extreme opposite of that, I would say. Um, to the point that this morning, while I was in the spa, I was seated because I was sitting down to fill out the forms. And as we engaged in the conversation, the lady who was, I'm assuming it was the manager, walked over to me and got in my personal space, so much so that I had to tell her, back up, because I'm about to stand up because I'm leaving. I had said I'm going to leave, like I don't want the treatment, I'm going to leave. But she would not leave, and she kept putting the menu in my face, and it's like, no, we'll do this one, we'll do this one. And I kept saying, I don't want any, I don't want any. And when that she wasn't getting the point, I had to say, you need to back up because I'm getting ready to stand up. And I definitely didn't want, I'm not a physical exchange kind of person. So I didn't want that to be an issue. I didn't want that to have to be an issue. But I felt the need because she was in my personal space. That is how absurd and unbelievable this trip has been. Um, the person who did my excursions, I found out through talking to Delta Vacations, who I booked my trip with. They took care of everything: the flight, the resort, the transportation. When I changed my flight, I was telling them that I also needed to change the reservation, my ground transportation. And that was really important for me because I am 3.5 hours away from the airport. So I really need, like, that transportation to continue to be arranged. And so I wanted to change the day. And basically what she told me is just go talk to the front desk, let them know you already have a booking. They ought to be able to change it. And I'm going to also do the same. Said, okay. I went to the front desk. She called the person who also, and I didn't know this at the time, but that's also the person that I booked my excursions with. And basically, he spoke with her and advised that I give him a call, because we exchanged numbers through WhatsApp for the excursions that I was on, and let him know what my flight reservations were and that sort of thing. I did that right after I had left the front desk. I waited about 15-20 minutes, didn't hear anything, so then I called instead of texting. But I was very detailed in the text, saying my flight is this time, it takes this amount of time to get to the airport, and I need to be there 2 hours in advance, and I want to give a little bit of 30 extra minutes for traffic. So I was really detailed in what I was asking. Didn't get a phone call back, didn't get a text response back. So I waited a little bit more. Then I called the company myself. I was asked then to call back, didn't get an answer. So I said, well, let me go to the front desk again, because he did answer her call. And I don't want to play this game, because today is a holiday. I don't want them to say, well, you waited too late to make the arrangements, because I need to leave here by no later than, I would say, 8 o'clock in the morning. So I don't want to chance it for in the morning. It's about, hold on, I'm gonna look and see.